Should have worked on that nail before I started playing anything. Hey, it is Friday, July 28th. I'm almost back on track. As you may know by now, finally got another lesson done. Whew. It's been a long haul. 3 months. Way worth it, though. I'm sure you... Well, anyway. The outlook is so positive. I can't believe it. I'm very excited about moving on to this next phase of life, being able to walk in no pain. As we get here into the end of July, it's almost August. It's almost camp time. I'm getting really excited about that, but also getting really excited. I've got a couple of... Oh, I don't want to give this away. Nah, never mind. Got a few lessons I'm really excited about getting to. And today, finally got one of them out. What was it? That's the progression I should have started messing with. Anyway, yeah, so that was our Chris Isaak lesson, wicked game, and want to thank Max for his Led Zeppelin edition this week, "Fool in the Rain," and Vanessa for another Kim Wilde tune, "Cambodia." Very cool tunes that she is digging out. So, looking forward to seeing Vanessa and some of our other European guests. I'll have a little more news on that maybe next week. So, we've got a few visitors coming out soon, just before camp. Let's see, what is going on in the world out there? Man, all my students are in this whole what's going on with healthcare thing. Should I get it? No, never mind. I can't even go into the politics world. James Taylor is here this weekend. If anybody's around, playing baseball stadium, playing here at AT&T Park. So we got to think about it. Anyway, I read a great article by James in the newspaper the other day because, just yesterday, Thursday, because he's coming here, and he is somebody that has just aged so well, it is neat. I mean, he's written some great songs lately, and I've found, well, anyway, I'm thinking about doing some of his other songs that are more current than the ones I grew up with. And it's whenever celebrities talk, you sometimes think, oh my God, they just seem like idiots. You know, why should they, whatever they're saying, it doesn't seem like they really know much about what's going on. He seems really informed and really happier in his older age now than he was as a, you know, it seemed like when I was talking to one of my students about his early days, and you look at old videos of him from the early 70s, and he looks like a deer in the headlights thing, you know, this young kid kind of caught in the spotlight that playing these great tunes. But boy, his voice has aged. I mean, everything about him is better. His guitar playing is smoother. It's more relaxed. And anyway, I hope people out there listen to some of his new stuff, new album. That I don't have the whole thing yet. I have to round it up. So What else is going on? I think that is it as far as big news around here. Because anyway, I'm just finally feeling a little bit more inspired to play. I wish I had a file within reach. I don't. So I'm just gonna live with the lousy tone right there, and suffer through. What should I try to play? Wait a minute. I should practice this. Wait a minute. There it is. Man. Wow. One of the happier songs I've written. That's from about 15 years ago, early 2000s. A Little Jolt. Every once in a while, that's when I try to work on, or I pick up. Obviously, not very often, because it's a good it's a finger workout. I usually miss. I got that. The hardest note for me in that song, I just got twice in a row there. I'm blown away. That one, I miss it every time. That's what usually happens. What's supposed to happen is this. Nope. Well, you already heard all this. There is a funny story about that song. What the heck? I have nothing else to do here for 5 more minutes. I'll tell you what was going on. And I may have told this story someplace before, maybe just in concerts when I've played it. But I had a little snippet of a song that I was working on that was that you haven't heard, at least today. That it was like 16, 20 measures, maybe something like that, and it just seemed complete. And it's like I couldn't find any place else to go with it. And it had this fast-moving rhythm and all this other stuff, and I just kind of shelved it and forgot about it. And 6 months or a year later, I came up with this. And I remember thinking, I said, man, that reminds me of something, this other one that I'd kind of forgotten. And I thought, I can't make 2 of these that have like the exact, they have so much in common that I can't let it be 2 separate songs. So as I'm going through this one that became A Little Jolt, it occurred to me that even though the other one was in a completely different key, it had the exact same feel, and I just kind of like cut and pasted this part I had written a year before into it, and the next part you've heard 2 parts of. You've heard basically 3 parts of it. This one, this, however that one goes, and this one. What you haven't heard is the part in the other key that went. This is how this whole song started. Anyhow, so that part was written about a year before, and then it just turned out to be a perfect thing to drop into the middle of, and as soon as that finished, turn this into a rondo type thing that then kicks back to... Okay, I will never play this song again on the news because I just gave you way too much information about it and got so self-indulgent about it. But it is one of my favorites. So I don't even know what album it's on. Cobble Creek, maybe? Probably. Can't keep all those things straight anymore. Maybe I should make another album. Oh, I do have one thing I wanted to ask you guys about. Particularly Wiley. You out there, Wiley? One of my students came in the other day asking about this capo that was like high-end, you can only get it from the factory, Thalia, I think it's called. And one of my other students has one. She bought it like months ago, and she came in and she was kind of hanging her head, says, I don't want to tell you how much I just spent on this capo. I said, okay. Anyway, they seem to be really cool. They seem that you can slide them up and down the neck really easily, you push them on really easily, and they have interchangeable pads for different shapes of necks, so for different radius and things like that that necks have. So if anybody has messed around with the Thalia capos, and you can customize them, you can have your name burned into them, they've got a little, anyway, all kinds of fancy designs. But they look really, really cool. So if anybody has any comments on them, let us know about them, because I know a lot of you like to experiment with the latest and greatest stuff. So, okay, that is it for July 28th. I'm getting closer to back on track, and we'll be back next week.